Ghostrunner arrived late last year on PC and last-gen consoles. A few weeks ago it received a port for current-gen consoles. How well have the new graphical features been executed? How do these new versions stack up? PS5 and Series X turn in a native 4K presentation in most modes. The PS5's raytracing mode appears to output a full 4K. In the performance 60fps mode, you get a flat 2160p output as well. The performance 120fps mode appears to come in at about 1296p. On Series X, the raytracing and performance 60fps modes are native 4K, just like PS5. Finally, the performance 120fps mode seems to render at around 1296p, like the PS5 as well. Let's start with the PS5. Both the performance 60fps and RT modes operate at a locked 60fps, and RT modes operate at a locked 60fps, and RT modes operate at a locked 60fps. There are no performance issues with these modes and they feel great to play. The 120fps mode is great as well, and operates at a solid 120fps. Now Series X has greater performance issues in-game. Firstly, the RT mode is pretty rough. The general output is in the 50fps range, and the game never feels good to play. It's well below the performance of the PS5 release in this mode. Well below the performance of the PS5 release in this mode. The 120fps mode on Series X is not very consistent. 120fps is in the cards in less busy scenes, but when the action heats up, the game can drop as low as about 90 frames per second. So, to summarize, the PS5 looks great and runs very well in all modes. The Series X looks very similar to the PS5 version and runs similarly in the performance 60fps mode, but has poor performance in RT mode and somewhat inconsistent performance in the 120fps mode.